Sangha Chodong Zoye Jamala, Chantum Bada, Dana Japsi, the Chiji, Sunji, Dala, Pincher, Sanjay, Druba, so. Sangha Chodong Zoye Jamala, Chantum Bada, Dana. 다게 최세 기회 수능지 돌아 벤제 산제 들어와라 산제 저당 소제 천놈라 전전보다 다게 최세 기회 수능지 돌아 벤제 너 취지 처음인지 나는 시선에서 before Jewish sonamjine not only sonam not merit virtue sonam merit virtue not the merit wisdom so together talk collection so no do that may achieving not liberate the benefit of all the sentiments that my girl brings okay okay. So, moderation there. The Kasare, the purpose of one's life is not just for achieving happiness for oneself. No way the temporal happiness only that. No way. That's only natural. That's only suffering. And so that's a very important meditation to pass. Very important how to see that suffering nature. Yeah, so sorry. Eating delicious food and drinking alcohol, taking drugs, and then, sleep. And in the West, there are all kinds of happiness. So you tie your hands in the wings, and then you run, then you fly. Yeah, what is it called? What is it called? Hand gliding. Huh? Hand gliding, and then you come out of the airplane while in the sky, then everybody parachute, and then around the people shake hand, around, shake hand. Then sometimes you see a person dropping, suddenly drop from that missing, that drop, then doesn't show. I think probably doesn't die. Maybe, drops off so heavily and maybe die. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't show what happened after what happened to the person. Doesn't show. So, yeah, all kinds. Because I saw one TV or something. One person used that bullet from another land, from there, person shot, throws another place, there's a gap. That's what there's all kinds, all kinds of personal interest. Yeah, then including, I don't know, drugs and it goes and sex and all that, so many, so all that. Yes, there's suffering pain, but the suffering change in all the samsaric practice. How does the suffering change? How does the nature of suffering? Yeah, it doesn't last. It doesn't increase. It doesn't. it doesn't stay as you explained at the beginning, but it stays that way. Although no, it decreases. And then becomes suffering, pain after. After too much eating, then your stomach feels more pain. Kind of like that, anything we do more than becomes some pain. Like that, or how the nature of suffering is very important meditation. I don't know how many people, students, do meditation that. I don't know, I have no idea. But that's very, very important meditation. If you are intelligent, if you are fortunate intelligent, then that's what we should meditate. So by seeing suffering, you don't have pleasure. So they have no attachment to that. So your mind becomes free from attachment. Your mind is inner peace, free from attachment. Or say your mind becomes content mind. So important to pass to Dharma. Then those true suffering came from the progressive compounding suffering. As I said many times, aggregate is overwhelmed by the under the control of delusion karma. There is the cause of suffering. So then that's why it is pervaded by suffering. Why our mind is suffering, the body is suffering, is because it is under the control of delusion karma. If it's not if it's free from delusion karma, then you don't. There's no reason to you experience suffering. Huh? We just talked about the arm. So that's because of karma, treatment, suffering. We need only physical arm, but the pain is the karma. So you're not enough finish karma. And that thing is the imprint of the what happened at the beginning, in the accident. That's not a surprise. Surprise is that main thing very important to understand the karma. That why you have to have this. Why you have that suffering, even if you don't have an arm. That's the karma. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, well, I think you didn't hear it because we discussed, what's her name? Sorry. Sean, yeah, Sean. So long ago, past life, so long ago, it's almost like past life in New Zealand. So I went there many times in Mahamudra Center, and also maybe Dojijang Center as well, maybe. Yeah, right? So by Mahamudra Center, I don't know. So I finish teaching, then I go down, or I did come up, or from my room upstairs, then I come down. Then he and his friend, what's his name? Alan. They were always together. They were always together downstairs. And I see that. So so many years ago. So that's what I call past life. Yes. So, how many years ago? I'm from
44.
Wow, 44 years ago, had a car accident, and their arm doesn't have the feeling, right? Arm doesn't have feeling, but then he has the company, there's a suffering, as if there's arm suffering. So that's first thing. That's the first thing. A person who doesn't have arm or legs, but then you suffer, except that the so strong from the accident. So yeah, the karma, the kind of yeah. It is very interesting subject. You have to study to learn. But the basic answer is karma. So otherwise difficult to answer. No other answer. If you don't know karma, then finish. No ultimate answer. No Dharma, you talk 100 pages. So. Okay, all right. What are we talking before? So why the suffering is like this. Then pervasive compounding. The seed of delusion karma is this I get contained seed of delusion karma. So from the seed, delusion rises again. The delusion rises again, suffering rises again. So compounding, pervasive adventure. So, another meaning pervasive is, you see, for really one person, I could get like this. But another meaning is, you see, from the formless realm, tip of the samsara, the first stages, I've forgotten the first one.
Infinite sky?
Yes, infinite sky, and consciousness, infinite consciousness, and infinite consciousness, and nothingness. Then top of the tip of the samsara, siddhe, nangataya, namjitaya, jiyame, siddhe, so siddhe. So from the tip of the samsara, the formless realm, fourth one, tip of samsara, down to eight hotel realm, the number 8. Nyawa to be the most unbearable, the suffering, health suffering, the number 8. But down there, after that, all that get completely covered by under the control of delusion karma, not free will, under the control of delusion karma. So it's all suffering that you. So another definition is that. So that's the basis from where the suffering of pain, suffering change rises. So, yeah. So then it's very important to the main suffering that Buddhists should be free from is the pervasive compounding suffering. So that's yes, by the side talk what happened to that. So third suffering. Once you're free, become free. So meditate. That is the most unbearable. So it's like fire, being seated in fire. So, then if you become free for exciting path, like Four Noble Truths, you see, a true path, true sincere suffering. So, then you see, then you're totally free from true suffering, pain, and suffering change. So, as I said before, very important as to spend a lot of time to meditate into how the total suffering of the samsaric pain, how the samsaric happiness, pleasure, how that is the nature of suffering. So important. Meditate on that. Not just meditation on the human suffering, rebirth, old age, and sicknesses, and the rebirth. The death and all that for, not to mention that. Then how it is, how this body, how this aggregates is a container of suffering. So how this is nature of suffering. That we should be, we should actually path to be free from this, to be liberated from this. So you have no aggregate with nature of suffering. You're free from aggregate nature of suffering. You're free from that. So Arya Bodhisattvas, exalted Bodhisattvas, you see, they don't have the suffering body, they have a spiritual body. A spiritual body. This gross mountain, the body that the suffering over there. Not this, not what we have, not that. They have a spiritual body. They don't have not only Arhat, the higher Bodhisattva, exalted Bodhisattva, do not have suffering of birth, suffering of old age. They don't have suffering of disease. They don't have suffering of death. So I have to know these things. So when you learn Pada Bhumis, of course you learn these things. So that's why you need to learn philosophy, not just a Lamrim. Lamrim is expanded, of course, but that's why you need to learn. So, at least, even you don't learn extensive, but then at least some philosophy you must learn, the essence. So then you really understand. So that, good understanding, clear understanding, deeper Dharma. Okay, so you're supposed your life is even achieving the nirvana, liberation from samsara, that ultimate happiness forever. Not even that. So, real purpose of life is to benefit others. And to benefit others, you must stop giving harm to others. So, starting benefit to one person, to one non-human being, to one insect or, non-human being, any non-human being. From there to numberless, like sky, numberless transmigratory being. So, to bring them from oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to peerless happiness, to the Buddhahood, total cessation of obscuration, growth and sorrow, completion of all the realization. So, by oneself. To that, you need to achieve full enlightenment, Buddhahood. And then to achieve that, of course, then you need to actualize path. And just only praying doesn't, only from that doesn't happen. So you need to actualize the whole path to enlightenment, from Guru devotion up to enlightenment, the seeing the good Buddha from there up to enlightenment. So then need to purify obscurations and the necessary condition to call merits for to happen that. So they will come to listen to the teaching, okay? So that. All right. So please remember where I stopped. Very important point I stopped. You know, in the war, civil war, or world war, I mean, how many people? One person, your country person killed how many people? Then, how many enemy? Then there's a hero. You have a big statue. Everybody praises that. You see, the government praises that. That you see. So he's a extremely brave man, hero. Yeah, I didn't see yet. Usually that's not a woman, man. So far, I just remembered all the statues of the man. I didn't see women who killed so many people. I mean, yeah. So, okay, so now, big difference. That's, I mentioned already, I'm not going back again. So that's extremely, what do you call it? Pitiful, extreme. Well, so credit karma, suffer, eons, Lord, so heavy. Ignorance like sky, darkness, no light, sun, ignorance, suffering like that, suffering, result of past karma, kill people. Just an example, just relating with that. That's only relating, not counting other things. Sorry, you don't know. So that's so pitiful, so object to come back. But not the Sangha, you're the real hero, heroine. So they follow what the government outside world, hero. That's by following delusion, by following the cultural root of samsara, ignorance, hold that real. Then subject is not. Suppose the mind, the judgment, the anger, the ignorance. What that? You see, very clear. By following the anger. See? No hero. That's not smell of even hero. You see? Huge sanghas, male, female, sanghas or sangha needs. I mean, new word. Geshe needs. I don't know. Anyway, so what you do is cause cause of samsara, oceans of samsara suffering of hell, hunger gods, animal, human beings, sura, wow, so much suffering of each. Oh, the cause of that, the delusion. You are defeating that. You are trying to get rid of that. That, you see, that, I always explain that night. That, 가서, so that way, by defeating the delusion, by controlling the delusion, by seizing the delusion, through that, the ocean of suffering, each realm, stopped, cease. You conquer the suffering, but all the you conquer the suffering of all the sicknesses. You conquer the suffering of all the old age. You conquer the suffering of death. You conquer the death. All this without talking the other suffering changes. Why? So you conquer the suffering changes, suffering prevent cumbersome. You see? Wow, unbelievable. Wow. Then not only that, you hold the sentient beings. You have you not only benefit, you call through your experience. You start Dharma, listening, reflecting, meditation. What? Then through that, you cause others to defeat, to control the cause of suffering, delusion, all this mind which I mentioned before, ignorance, holding the eyes, I rule samsara, the subject, all that. Wow, so you see, cause others to control, defeat, then liberate others from oceans of suffering. Whoa. You see, you have to know that everything there. So especially in Generating Bodhichitta. Papa, like sun shining in the world, one sun, only one sun, but shining into this world. All the animal people, the animals, all enjoy. But when you bring Bodhisattva, Bodhichitta, gives happiness to send them. Number after enlightenment, so you see, so you're the real hero. You always remember this. When your mind is weak, was it a monk or no, maybe you're physically monk, but then your aim is to be lay person. To be lay person, I don't know, or to have 100 children, a wife and husband, 100 children. I mean, 100, I said. I don't know what you can handle. Yeah, you have one wife, then you can make children, yes, 100 children. Like past Bodhisattvas, there are Bodhisattvas who made, 1,000 of wives, past Bodhisattvas. There's many children. So that, you see, then physically monk none, but the mind lay person, you see, cannot control that. Then, yeah, so what should I say? I should say. I'm forgetting while I'm speaking. What is that? Before that? What the word before that? Huh?
Heroes. The Sangha.
Physically Sangha. Physically Sangha.
Oh, just before that. Huh? Holding. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you have to remember. You have to remember every day. You have to remember the times. You see, you got to be hero. You know, hero. That's wrong. They come outside the world in the world and give you. Now you are the real hero, heroine. Remember that. Rejoice that. You choose the opportunity. Incredible opportunity. This here hero, yeah, of all the delusion. And, you know, control, the defeat of control, sees into all the oceans of suffering reaching to make you free from those. If this is not here, then what? If this is not here, then what? The hero doesn't exist. Then freeing the sentence brings from the oceans of samsara suffering of each realm. Wow, 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 wow. Then bring to Buddhahood, great nirvana, Buddhahood, wow. You know, if there's not hero, then what? Which hero going to look? You're going to look a hero like barbecue or how's that? Barbecue. or making pizza, you want to look for that hero. Pizza. What's that pizza? Do you know how to make pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah. Do you know how to make pizza?
No.
You don't? Me too don't know. Okay. All right. So, always think and always enjoy, rejoice. One day Sangha, one day Sangha. You know? One way Sangha, one way Sangha, one way Lebes. Okay? So, be clear. Enjoy the life of Sangha. Like that. When clear. Your aim is clear. What are you going to do? What are you going to achieve? Yeah. Okay, so now maybe yeah, I'll just give simple example. So there's this. I think my memory is not so good. I think there's 4 outlines. I think there's first in the text, in the text of the about the ordinations or something, explain the vows or something. So the first knowing the for the example Gelong and the Kitsul the 36 vows, then yes, then correctly. Wow, he was the the complete vow Yongdagin. So there's a 5 precept and this one day precept.
8
yeah, 8 precepts and there's with the Bodhichitta, you know, so the 8 precepts, and there's also Parthimoksha 8 vows. Without Bodhichitta, you see there. Then there's Kasuri. Oh, that was a lay person can check. Then there's the 30 vows. Then for the Gelongs, Gelongmas, there's 363, I think, vows. If that number is correct, and then I think so. Why Gelong has a 250. So why Gelongma has so many vows? Because the nature of the woman, there are more problems. So that's why more number of persons is how it happened like that. So so the there's my own translation that I defeat for remainder Sangha. Then Tungche what makes to fall down. That's the Lord say to fall down. Individual compassion. Then the vices. So they even one didn't learn extensive, but you see, learn the essence, sort of like that. Then they say, then you know what is. Then you can discriminate which vows broken, which vows kept. Then you can able to tell. Otherwise you don't know, then can't tell. So then the question, then which delusion that among the delusions, which delusion you have stronger. So person immediately to that, to persuade the delusion, to conquer it. Then the story. There's one more, didn't remember yet. So there's there's four things. Certain specific things, because if you have some understanding of emptiness, that's very, very helpful to control your delusion, to be able to practice your modality pure, to not damage. Practice emptiness, not just only you have intellectual understanding, but you don't practice. Not that, but to practice mindfulness. Not only you gain the intellectual understanding, but you know, but you don't practice, not that. So many times, even you study so extensively, so well, you can debate so well, you know, but then you see you don't practice mindfulness, you don't practice daily life, and then when the condition, man or woman, the condition is there next to you, when you meet, then you see, it's just a minute, then your mind is overwhelmed. You are defeated by delusion. You are defeated by delusion. You don't know, you don't realize, you don't recognize. You are suddenly defeated by delusion. Delusion can conquer you, to over you. What was the word I forgot? The democratic, opposite of democratic, what?
Dictatorship.
What dictatorship? Yeah, dictatorship, you see. Your self-chasing thought has been dictatorship. Your ignorance holding the ideal, then the dictatorship was not. So dictatorship. So attachment has been dictatorship. But you don't know. So you happily, wrong happiness, you follow that. Your excitement, follow that. Or very big hallucination, you follow that. So you follow the dictatorship. That's what it is. So that's perhaps you personally, you might have more techniques than I do, through your experience. So, example, many of you might have heard. Usually, I give example through in the ABCD. So, for example, A, the school teacher or somebody who will teach you alphabet. So, in the blackboard, you see, or paper, draw a line like this, So, then you see, before teaching that is A. So, you see, so So that time, you see a line like this. You don't see this is A. You can see A, but you don't recognize this is A. So it's clear, because you're not taught yet. So design of this appears to you, then you believe in that. You don't see this is A at all. So the first thing is very clear. So when you are childhood, you see. Then your school teacher or a parent or anybody who teach you a person. So then that person teach you this is A. This is A. Then you follow that person's label. You believe in that. What the person taught you, this is A. So then you put the same label on that. Put the same label A, your mind label. And then you see, then after that, then short time, then appearance of A happens. Without your mind labeling A, there is no appearance. This is A. No, not at all. That's scientific. So next second or next short time, then this is A. You see on this line, this is A. So you see what your mind labeled, believe in that, then appears. This is A. Second. Third short time, then only then you see this is A. Third second, only you see that this is A. You have to know that. So like that, same thing with the eye. So my mind, we would teach you Tibetan Nga, or you see, and then English I with the, I don't know what the different language. So anyway, you see, then of course you have this. Of course, I mean, in the mother's womb, from life before that, you have the continuous eye there. So mind labeled, then what is labeled is appeared, then third time you see this eye. Similar, like that in the womb, mother's womb, child up to even now, it's like that. Yeah, so you can see the I that you see is come from your mind. So the A, what you see, is come from your mind. Now it's clear. So like that, object, form, sound, smell, taste, all what we see, every day what we see, come from our mind. Very clear. Very clear! Then also the knower, the mind, also come from the mind. That the thoughts, the knower, the mind, that come from mind, thought, so that. So, you see here, everything comes from our mind. Samsara, nirvana, everything comes from our mind. Permanent, impermanent, everything comes from our mind. So that, you see, we should do mindful meditation, not only a day, not only weekend, 2 days. Week is very, 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 very important meditation, profound. Wow. Great, deep discovery. That's a deep discovery. Well, I never heard. Would never do it on that. Or other did something very high, or the breathing meditation, this don't do. I'm not here, people. This really brings your mind in good shape. You see? Crazy. Protect you from crazy life. So important. So every day, what do you see? Just like there's a war happening, people have a party, enjoying, whatever shown in the movie screen, it came from that feeling. They put in the machine with the light, so it projects, you see. Exactly the same with the mind. Everything! That is what we see. What we see, what we hear, what is that smell, or contact. What else? What left? Taste. The mind. Oh, come to the mind. You see, that's so important. Even you can do it for years of mindfulness. So important. You see, so that helps to know. This helps to neurize control, to neurize attachment, anger. Wow. By the way, wow. So, incredible. Wow, with this mindfulness, you go to market, you go to supermarket, department store, or you go to, you go to house, you go to meet your enemy. You don't talk, sit down and talk. And you, with this meditation of mindfulness, so everything what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you come from your mind. What I explained, the way I explained, you remember that. So no matter he's showing anger, he's doing, I was like, how you are so bad, all that thing. So established, is it your girlfriend, your boyfriend? I mean, yeah, your parents scold you. I mean, what do you say? So he's down there meditating. mindfulness. But it came from your mind. Because past nikrama, you, the creator, you harmed others. You harmed others, so now they acting to you, some of the opposite your attachment, some of the opposite your subject. So what? Harm you? So the result of your past karma harmed them. I think I might have mentioned one quotation the day before yesterday, or I mean, yeah, or some time ago. It says, quotation says, without your harming to others in the first place, nobody harms you. There is no harm you receive from others. Nobody harms you. If you haven't harmed in the past to others, well, that's the meaning. So I didn't find that. Yeah. So you do the retreat, 1 month like that. Yeah, just so good. It's so deep, so good. It's so good. So everything came from your mind. So you see, then you see everything this. Blame is not on others, not animal, not non-living, like fire, water, tsunami, the earthquake, all those things. The result of your karma harmed this is the two other sentiments. Yeah. 10 non-virtues, basically. Wow, result that. So all this in the protesters, yeah, so that, see, whatever. So, however you're treated by others, abuse, whatever, you can see it's all because you treated others before like that. Result of that. Oh, so there's nothing to complain to others. There's nothing to complain to others. Only thing to complain. Your mind, your mistake. That you didn't practice Dharma. You haven't met Dharma in the past lives. Didn't practice Dharma. This life. So you create all this nikrama, harma, not practice Dharma. So they receive all this harm from others. Result of your past karma harmed others. So there's a Bodhisattva, without you harmed in the past, I harmed to the sentient beings, such like this. I harmed to others. Therefore, sentient CHHI, therefore, the sentient beings give harm to me now. If somebody is abusing you, you could be in the past, you abused. Result of that, be clear. Karma, that's when you think abuse, you never think karma, you never think Dharma. Dharma is the far, like like a moon or like enter the ocean. So even you met Dharma whole life, even Dharma 50 years ago, 40 years ago, and when you think abuse, Dharma is forgotten. So he's so bad, she's so bad, must so bad. How do you, like you have kind of say, sickness, condemned to your whole life. Until get rid of. Well, terrible. So Dharma, that's what is Dharma. Dharma is like doesn't exist at that time. You see, for you. Even if you Dharma, still Dharma, 40, 30, 40, 50, but at that time, you have no Dharma. You must know that. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. But your personal life, you, when the problem arises, you don't have Dharma. Oh, you must know that. That's what I say. Other people who have that problem more, you must know that. You must recognize your problem, mistake. So there it says, Bodhisattva, in the past, I gave up such a the sentiments. Therefore, they were subjected. Therefore, sentiments harming me. They were subjected. Therefore, word, as I translate word to receive is harm. So it says like this. It's completely kind of dictatorship. Oh, you can harm anybody you don't like. You can kill, chop, do everything. But nobody can harm to me. Nobody can look even bad with the eyes. Nobody can nobody can harm to me. No harm to me, but I can harm to anybody. This is ridiculous. You see, that's what happened. That's what happened to you. You see, ridiculous. That's so she would say, that's seven said, so that means what because I harm to others, so there's me now, I'm what to receive. No? So that's what that's so good, that's meditation, mindfulness, retreat, you know, what do you know, Dharma, full of your Brahmin, you know, thousands of books, Madhyamika and this, or, you know, middle, or, you know, little. However, this meditation, mindfulness, retreat on this, what day and night, this word so good. I say, today I say, so good. Okay. Then so this is so good to meditate this, so good. Then you see, to others, you see what I recited quotation some days ago. So when you know this, when others harm you, you immediately know the result of my past karma. So you feel compassion. No anger at all. Instead of that, compassion. You want to help whatever you can. Even if that Om Mani Padme Hum for that person, you know, purify. You know, by Buddha, the next karma purify, next karma. Purify samsara. You know, achieving that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so whatever you can receive, whatever help you can, well, compassion rises. Unbearable compassion rises. Oh, help. No harm. Huh? No, in return, retaliate. No, at all, no, not for us. So, so much happiness, peace you have. So even somebody is constantly complaining, you know, so peace, inner peace happens, you have. Just come from your mind. So as I say, I want to say here. So you see, when you are in meeting or somewhere, your enemy is complaining. Somebody complaining you. So that time, normally, if you don't meditate, if you don't think truth, then you see anger rises. You follow the subject, you follow the ignorance, the attachment, so anger rises. Yeah? Wow, you want to fight, you want with the body, you want to, so, but then that time, you think the I means you, not what I in sky. No? The I is the middle level to the mind. That's a person gives meditation on emptiness. The I, this I am. I is existing. The I exists being middle leveled by the mind. So adjustment. The anger goes away. Goodbye, anger. Every day, goodbye, doctor. Oh, this meditation emptiness. You see, depend rising, subtle depend rising. Goodbye, anger. Goodbye, ignorance. Samsara. Ignorance holding the eyes. The Marikpa. Ignorance holding the eyes truly. Holding things as truly. Goodbye. Goodbye, anger. So, you say, well, we are thinking that. No way to rest anger. The control. Wow. Yeah. So now here, little anger, but it also is with attachment to other things, pride. Okay? So that's one example. Okay, so now I say one quotation what Lama Tsongkhapa said. Then after that I say what Rebbe Kuna Lama said or that something. Yeah, I said quotation. So, yeah, I said recite a bit more. Timuki, in the Lamichemo, Timuki, Dratabi, Rangshinla. Lenyigi, Cheba Chene, Drotag. Dojada Shadang Jeba Jure. Tedag Zindang Jang. Rebesu Chuma Nova sorry, Nova because I made a noise, so maybe you didn't understand clearly what I'm saying. So what I say now in English, now the Sherpa English, Himalayan English, louder English. Dimuge Dotagbe Rangchela. So I give you a rough idea, but not exactly clever with the relating with the ignorance, but give the general idea. So already. Dimuge Dotagbe Rangchela. Ignorance exaggerated. I think maybe it's very important I make clear this one. In the past, I told many times that then you will see very clear the stimu drotama Lama Sangha. See, you see the aggregates, the mind focus on the aggregates. That mind merely imputed I. That mind merely imputed I, with focus on the aggregates. So that's it, nothing else. How to act this? Nothing else than that. So you might think that doesn't exist. That's you fell in the extreme nihilism. And that's wrong. That's a Rangjubapa or Sautandrika thing like that. When I say mere level, then you see that thing is that is possible. That's nihilism. So you might think like that. When I say, perhaps you don't know. So merely mind with focus on aggregates, then merely imputed I. That's it. What I exist, that. What has been suffering, that. What has been happening, that. What collect merit, that. What criticism comes, that. What to get born is that. What to get Nirvana is that. What achieving that. What someone in hell, sex, hell, that. Meaning with the I. That. Or just that. Nothing more than that. If you think more than that, total hallucination. Total hallucination. You see? You see? Like a moon reflection. I think for example, what Narva said, the moon reflection is one of the moon reflection in the water, believing real moon. So you can't hold the moon there. So it's like that. More than that. Your conception, appearance of belief, more than that, is totally like that. Like the hair on the turtles, over the turtles bone, what do you call it, the backside, turtle. You see, hair, there's no hair, but I mean, you can say the horn on your head, tail on you, your tail, your horn, all that. You can use example. So, so you see, so now that is the one exists. Okay, so now, then next second, short time. Then you see the I what middle input appear back. But that time, you see, it should appear back to your middle level Brahman. Just before, just short time before you mind the middle level. But for us, it's yeah, that doesn't appear. So sentient beings, even who realized, sentient beings who realize emptiness, even who have direct perception of emptiness, purpose as all beings. You see, even they The appearances, there's still appearance in the enlightenment, except in the ego meditation for the higher beings, in the emptiness. So otherwise they have this hallucination, they have. So, but the Buddhas don't have, because the subtle negative led by ignorance, delusion, you see, totally purified, totally ceased. So there's nothing, no negative imprint, nothing to project, decorate, hallucinate, truly existence, real. So real I would, so all this project on the middle level I, middle level, you see, all the things, sometimes even all that. So, you see, I is middle level, so then projecting, decorating, truly exists on the top. You see? So that's total hallucination. So I should remember bigger noise, but anyway. So stage source goes in not only in your ear but in your stomach. Even through the heart. Near the caca. So I'm joking. Yeah. So, Sakasa. So you see, so you see now here. So should appear merely level by mind, but not for us, not. You see, well, like not even realizing this, like myself. No, not at all. So it appears. Sorry. So merely level by mind. So the next second or the so negative imprint left on the mind from beginning but by ignorance, holding the eye as real. So you see, so that negative imprint decorated, like you mentioned in the Hiruka, the three periods, the sadhana, see? No, decorated. Exactly. Or projected. Also, on the middle level eye, so met as real. When they appear back, real. Or they're truly existing from its existing by itself. Real eye. Wow, then real eye. Then it appears. So told remember that middle level moment. It was just second before, the third time before. Then you see, it appears, you don't recognize it's a hallucination. So you believe, then you totally believe it. 100% this is true. This is 100% true. All like that. So that time this concept is Ruru your samsara. So I tell you, so the concept you see, that I is not merely existence. That is so subtle. That is subtle concept is root of your samsara. Root of all your suffering, all your depression, abuse, everything, all the problems, diarrhea, headache. Yeah. So everything. What is it? Birds. This is happening now.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Okay, I'll stop here. All right. Goodbye. 저주선 저를 맞자마자 왔는지 저와 냐마매바요 거네 고도 배와쇼 어떻게 나발을 맞자마자 왔는지 저와 냐마매바요 거네 고도 배와쇼 all the people died. Those gave name to me. So many people died. These people died with the virus. Wow, even Nepal. All the dedication, all of them, then they happened, all the started from China, then all them. May they be in all the lifetimes, Lama Sangha being man, Guru, and never separated away from the man, teach that admired by all the Buddhas. There's a good part that admired all the Buddhas. Because never separated from even a second. Sera kundu ajawa songa veta joa senyong to zaba to java ngabe lamsa tingeda keje taya to ba ma jo jawa ma jo che Omejo namdara tamye jindan de la jinja se chebe nindo de do chage rinye nan je lo sa ja ve de da ja wa yo Wow, this guy now. Also, all those sentiments died of them. May they be born in the pure land where they can make enlightenment. At least there is a perfect in the body. May the mind, the teaching, may the protocol, mind, go to Finland, Mrs. Bath to enlightenment. But please, most holy mind, friend, may they achieve enlightenment as good as possible. All those living people, then those special papers, may they never be reborn back to and may they be free from all the disease, spirit, negative development, so that may all the wishes be succeeded. Because the holy Dharma, it will be a full bodhichitta, it will be enlightenment, good. Yeah, so that that's what I say. Yeah. How many 6 centimeters there? May they be liberated from the sickness immediately, then may they never experience sickness. That's very repetitive. Semja neba jineba nyoto nele taju jindwe nenama leba tato jowa meba shoai semja neba jineba nyoto nele taju Nama Lava Tato Joa Meba Sho Sem Jen Neba Jin Yoda Nella Taja Jetra Nana Malava Tato Jawa Mapa I show and all the sufferings they happen to me or the happiness is very collateral, ever happened to all the sentient beings. So they mentioned that. Semja neba jinyeba nyoto ne what is Mare and Donga Canjero de Gwen Dala Minjuji Donga Canjero de Gwen Dala Minjuji Donga Canjero Tegen Dala Minjuji Dage dege zaba dege jala minjuraje Dage dege zaba dege jala minjuraje Dage dege zaba dege jala minjuraje didn't kasure pass the best of it, I made it to Clotter, but there are to Clotter, but I'm listening to Malis Buddhas. May innocent being who see me, he hears from me, remember me, talks to me, touch me. Just by that, innocent whom I see, who hear from them, touch, remember them, talk to them. Just by that, the suffering be pacified. And it's all the happiness, including enlightenment. I don't know. Did all the past, the best of it, I married to Collateral, the married to Collateral, and I'm listening, Buddhas. That which is, the which exists in the mere name. May the I who exists in the mere name, man, the mere name. I didn't Kaina. Buddhahood which exists in the mere name. Lead all the sentient beings who exist in the mere name. Lead to do that enlightenment Buddhahood which exists in the mere name. Lama alone who exists in the mere name. Jamban Bhavachita Jambata Kunda Sangpate Dejinda Jita Kunjita Dala Jakavata Tajira I to the Jave Javatam Jijunga Kana Jutanga Vaita Gaveta Vatikinja Sangpo Chero. Jada Kamandira Payande Amaruban Kala Juva Saiba Gadatume Tezen Jatuto Kode Jim and your mouth.